Hello everyone, welcome back to Remind, knowledge-sharing channel self-development through good books. This week, I want to share with you an incredibly valuable book. Today's video is a reflection inspired by the classic novel, The Alchemist, titled Where Does True Motivation Come From? Let's begin. At 18, many of us ask, what is my dream? What do I truly want to do with my life? By 25, we question, have I truly strived for my dreams? Is this the path my heart truly desires? And at 30, we often find ourselves bowing our heads wondering, if my long-held dream remains unfulfilled, is it too late to start now? If you find yourself adrift, your heart restless and uncertain, then spending roughly 2 hours with Paulo Coelho's 200-page masterpiece, The Alchemist, might just provide the answers you seek. The Alchemist has been in print for over 30 years, translated into 81 languages, and has become a bestseller in more than 170 countries. In Brazil, its fame rivals that of soccer and religion. The reason for its profound impact is simple. When we read this book, we see our own reflection in its pages. It tells the story of a shepherd boy, Santiago, who sells his entire flock, his sole possession, to pursue his dream of finding a treasure buried near the Egyptian pyramids. This is a deceptively simple fable, a humble parable that has transformed the hearts of hundreds of millions of readers. It is also the spiritual journey of its author. At 17, Paulo Coelho was so rebellious his parents had him committed to a mental institution. Later, he was imprisoned for opposing a dictatorship. By 38, he felt he had accomplished nothing. It was then that he embarked on a solitary pilgrimage, walking nearly 600 kilometers across Spain to Santiago de Compostela. This 3-month journey quieted his restless spirit, and the insights he gained were poured into the tale of Santiago's treasure hunt. Upon its publication, The Alchemist ignited a light within countless souls feeling lost and adrift. Coelho became the only Latin American author whose influence could be compared to Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the author of the immortal 100 Years of Solitude. The Alchemist teaches us that a life without purpose is a chaotic maze. Those who enter will spend their entire lives wandering in circles, merely seeking an exit. If you focus too much on gains and losses, you will forever miss your own dream. Santiago was born into an ordinary Spanish family. His parents, simple farmers, pinned all their hopes on him, sending him to a seminary to become a priest, a stable, respected life that would make the family proud. But that was not Santiago's dream. One day he mustered the courage to tell his father he did not want to be a priest. His dream was to travel to see the world. Though his father vehemently opposed it, he could not sway a determined heart. Finally he relented, handing his son 3 gold coins and saying, "Go buy your sheep and live the life you want." Those 3 coins were more than a compromise. They were a silent, heartfelt endorsement from a father who, in his own youth, had also dreamed of traveling. In this book, every character harbors a personal dream. Santiago's father dreamed of travel. The crystal merchant dreamed of Mecca. Even the bandits near the pyramids dreamed of finding treasure, just like Santiago. Yet, for myriad reasons, and under the weight of practical pressures, they all postponed their dreams, left with only daily regrets. The reason, whatever it may be, always boils down to a calculation of gain and loss. This very calculus dims the original calling, the primal desire of your own heart. Without courage and steadfast conviction for what you truly want, you will never break free from the safety of your immediate circumstances. Santiago shattered that circle of safe reality. He left his homeland, became a shepherd, and chose to live the life he desired. For 2 years he mastered his craft, saw beautiful landscapes and met many people. It seemed his life would continue peacefully this way. But then, as if a signal from the universe, a recurring dream visited him for 2 nights straight. A child led him to the Egyptian pyramids and told him of a treasure nearby. What did it mean? He met an old man claiming to be the king of Salem, who told him this dream was his personal legend. The treasure was alluring, but his current life was tangible and safe. Santiago was torn. Pursuing the treasure meant abandoning all he had. Like so many others, he almost lost himself. If you focus too much on gain and loss, you risk losing what truly defines your destiny. For as the king told the shepherd boy, your personal legend is what you have always wanted to accomplish. This statement instantly rekindled the passion in Santiago. Wasn't his lifelong dream to see the wide world? Heeding the call of his soul, he chose once again to follow his dream. You must realize that the most spectacular deception in life is to surrender, bow your head to reality, and say, "It's too late. This is my fate. I must accept my lot." But that is not true. Your destiny should not be a source of regret. Your destiny must be what you truly want to do. People often wonder, will we regret what we haven't done or what we have? Research suggests that for most things we do, even if we fail, we only feel short-term regret for not doing better. Over time, we rationalize it, and the regret fades. But for the things we truly desire and never attempt, we agonize over them daily, regret them for a lifetime, and find it hard to forget. Because we cannot rationalize them, nor can we convince ourselves. As one writer said, because we don't dare to take the first step, our dreams remain forever distant. Dreams cannot endure endless waiting. They fear discouragement. Like steel glowing red in a forge, it can only be shaped while it's hot. Once it cools, it becomes rigid and unyielding. Therefore, when a long-dormant dream stirs within you, act immediately. Take that first step while your passion still burns. Even if you ultimately never reach the destination, in the daily struggle, you will continually see a better version of yourself emerging. What knocks you down will only make you more determined on the path to your dream. Not everything in life is smooth sailing. Santiago's first days in Africa were a testament to this. He suffered two major blows in quick succession: a language barrier and a man who spoke Spanish, whom he thought was a friend, but who swindled him out of all his money. Just yesterday, his future seemed bright. Now he was penniless. Santiago was on the verge of collapse. He remembered his 60 sheep, and now he had nothing. He was alone and adrift in a foreign land. It was then he recalled the King of Salem's words, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." These words infused him with incredible confidence and courage. The next day, he packed his few belongings and took to the streets, searching for an opportunity. Life sometimes deals us a heavy blow, but at other times it offers a glimmer of hope. All you need is a keen eye to spot a problem that needs solving and a willingness to help. Santiago found a crystal shop that was struggling. Through observation, he proposed to the owner that clean, sparkling crystal would attract more customers. He offered to polish all the crystal in the shop in exchange for a meal. Before the owner could even agree, Santiago started cleaning. To his surprise, his work immediately attracted 2 customers. He was hired on the spot, but his dream of reaching Egypt meant crossing 1,000 miles of desert, a journey far beyond the means of a few days' work. In the pursuit of a dream, there comes a moment of profound despair, when you work tirelessly for a long time, only to see your dream remain as distant as ever. Santiago felt this pain deeply, but he stayed at the crystal shop. He temporarily set his dream aside and focused on earning money. He even devised brilliant ideas to improve the shop's business. A year later, Santiago had doubled his initial savings. Moreover, he had not only learned about commerce, but also learned to speak Arabic. For a person committed to their personal legend, the immediate difficulties are no longer perceived as injustice or hardship. They are seen as trials that temper the spirit and stepping stones to growth. You must let go to reach the shore of your dream. Santiago now faced a choice: continue his prosperous life as a merchant, or set out once more to follow his dream. The crystal merchant tried to persuade him to stay, but Santiago heard the king's voice in his ear: "You must always know what it is that you want." So, he abandoned his newfound wealth and chose to continue his quest. He never forgot that his destination was Egypt. He resumed his journey, crossing vast deserts until he reached a small oasis. There he met a beautiful girl named Fatima. The moment he looked into her eyes, his heart swelled with love at first sight. Over time, he fell deeply in love with her. He even contemplated abandoning his dream, wanting to stay at the oasis with her forever. But the dreams of the alchemist stirred within him. awakening Santiago from the brink of losing himself. Abandoning his dream would lead to a lifetime of regret for him, and his beloved would have to live with a man burdened by that regret. Seeing his own heart clearly, Santiago resolved to follow his dream to Egypt. As the writer Gia Pingwa said, "Those who truly live are those who know how to let go. You must be willing to release to receive. Without letting go, you cannot gain. Those who achieve great things know how to relinquish comfort and immediate pleasures to pursue the true dream in their heart." True motivation always comes from a burning within. Santiago then faced immense challenges in his search for the treasure. Crossing the desert, he was captured by tribal warriors and robbed of all his money. He was forced to perform an impossible task, turn himself into the wind within 3 days or be killed. Faced with this insurmountable challenge, he held his spirit. He poured all his love and heart into communicating with the sun and the wind, feeling the soul of the world, connecting with all things, and striving to understand the language of the universe. Encouraged by the alchemist, he dared the impossible and ultimately became the wind. Yet when he finally reached the pyramids, he found no treasure. Instead, he was beaten and robbed by bandits. But from their mocking words, he discovered the true location of his treasure. It was back at the very church in Spain where his journey began. When you truly hold a dream in your heart, a dream you are determined to fulfill, no amount of hardship or toil can ultimately defeat you. As Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." And as Coelho himself revealed, it is the potential to realize our dreams that makes life interesting. Each of us holds infinite potential, and the process of pursuing a dream is filled with countless joys. The dream itself may not materialize, but in the pursuit, you will find happiness, genuine joy, and you will undoubtedly become a better version of yourself. Just like Santiago, who crossed seas and deserts, traveled far and wide, only to complete a circle and find his treasure back at his starting point. It may seem like a waste of time, but in reality, the sights, the sounds, the people, and the experiences along the way gave profound meaning and richness to his entire life. Even if Santiago had never found the treasure, the life he lived was intensely interesting. All the ups and downs were experiences that forged his growth. Life is not about the days we have lived, but the days we will remember. My dear friends, please remember this. When you have a dream, you must pursue it. Never abandon the dream in your heart. No matter how harsh reality seems, keep your dream warm in the most tender part of your soul. No one can stop you from living the life you want, except you. You must believe that all motivation must come from a burning within your own soul. You must trust that there is no tomorrow you cannot reach. For the rest of our lives, may we all have the courage to face the true desires in our hearts, bravely advance toward our dreams, take responsibility for our own lives, and make them shine. Thank you for listening. This is a channel dedicated to holistic self-development through great books. If you found this video valuable, please share it with someone who needs it. Support the channel with a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get our latest weekly videos. If you have any thoughts or feelings, please share them in the comments below. Thank you, goodbye, and see you in the next video.